What is the weirdest request you got during a one-night stand?
Leave a comment about your thoughts on the question.
So this girl, getting into bed. I'm really loud. Okay, sure. Thinking nothing of it. As we're getting it on, nothing particularly loud. Then she announces, I want you to fuck me so hard that my roommate hears me screaming. Right, okay, I'll do my best, thinking bit peculiar but alright. If you had heard the noises, you'd think I was some sort of sexual god. The reality was, we were about 2 minutes in. Anyway, she's basically scream/moaning at this point. This feels so good, make me moan louder. I want her to hear it all. In my head, it wasn't possible. Not sure if I was embarrassed or shocked. Anyway, we changed to doggy. No concern about roommate hearing, I was worried half of London might hear. Let's be clear, utterly average sex, haha. Good times, never thought I'd consider noise-canceling headphone having sex.
She asked if she could dip my dick in queso and suck it. How warm was the queso?
Muy caliente.
Hooked up with a girl I met at a club. Wanted me to be violent, but I was, still am, hesitant since I'm pretty fucking strong and could potentially do quite a bit of harm. Then told me she couldn't come if I didn't hold a knife to her throat. Noped out of there pretty damn fast.
Kept telling me to chew on her clit. I obliged, she enjoyed it and was very animated.
Antichrist vibes.
I guess this isn't super weird buyut. I had a once with a lady who was super into this tattoo she had gotten on her leg. It was her first and only tattoo. I can't remember if it was a wolf or a fox, but I'm pretty sure it was one of those two things. It was really well done and definitely cool. I remember it was on her thigh, and probably like 6x4, pretty big on her small frame. Long story short, when things were reaching their conclusion, she insisted that I finish on her tattoo. I remember thinking it was an odd choice, but I definitely went with it. After all, I was a guest in her home, and it would have been rude to say no.
Fucking her with a dick-shaped stone she had found in the woods. Worked.
Gave me head while on the phone with her dad. Had one that insisted on pegging me, she literally would not drop it, so I had to kick her out. The whole time I was thinking this woman would be very dangerous if she was a man, lol. If she had the ability to hold me down and force it, I think she would.
Asked me to have sex with her. Really weird, thought we were just going to stand all night till the next day.
This girl wanted me to eat her out in the dark. As I was going down though, I turned on the lights and saw spot-infested vagina. We both freaked out, sex was not had.
Breakfast. Not so much a request, but took my shoes off in her room and went to the bathroom, located in the hall. In the 2 minutes it took me to get back, she had closed and locked the door and passed out. My shoes were still in her room. Ended up walking home barefoot. We slept together a few times after that, lol. He asked to meet my mom.
If you found this video funny, then smash the subscribe button.
Player 3 has joined.
Asked me to go to church right after sex, still naked, hard, and cleaning up the mess we made. I'm atheist and she didn't know prior. Was not happy she let an infidel infiltrate her compound.
It was amazing when I was single how many dudes who had just met me would rather not get laid than wear a condom. Doesn't it bother them that they could just have random children out there and not even know about it?
Probably not even close to the weirdest on this thread, but I was told, grab a towel, I'm a squirter, yada yada yada. I didn't have the experience or know how to even use said towel.
Got tasked if I minded going in raw, as she wanted to get pregnant.
Make sure it has 5 legs. Oh wait, shit. Wrong kind of nightstand.
In the US back in like 2012, I slept with a girl who wanted me to use a One Direction accent during sex. Being 19 at the time, I did it, no questions asked, and it's a very cringe moment to think back on.
This is going to be a very unpopular opinion, but I cannot stand Bob's Burgers. And when we got back to her room, she put on Bob's Burgers as a background show and I left.
So it was because of fist odor and not fish odor.
She looked over her shoulder during doggy style and said, "Punch me in the face as hard as you can." I started laughing and said no. Lost the will to go on and left.
One time, I was naked with a guy, and he slipped inside me, then proceeded to get his phone, take a pic and said, "Cheers, who I'm going to send this to my GF to make her mad," then left.
Fuck, sorry, some people are absolutely bats hit, bullet successfully dodged at least. Did he even finish, or did he just randomly up and leave without giving you anything? Because that's super weird.
Without being too crude, apologies if it is, he literally entered me, took photo, pulled out, and left, so didn't even get any sex. Lol.
This happened few years ago in NYC. I still don't know how to feel about it. Met up with an Indian girl on Tinder. She was from Dubai and had some fun stories to share. We ended up getting piss drunk and made our way to Artichoke, the one by NYU before it got burned down. After enjoying a slice, she mentioned that she lives right above Artichoke and asked me to come over. We decided not to have sex, but oral was on the table. So we got started and everything was fine. Now around 3 a.m., she asked me if she can bite my ballsack, and assured that she wouldn't bite too hard. In theory, it would just be like pinching your ballsack, which does feel good. I was a bit confused, hesitant, and scared, but maybe it was the fact that I was drunk or the aroma of artichoke seeping from below. I agreed to go along with the request. She started gently biting my ballsack and it felt weirdly good. Then a few minutes later, she tied my hands to the bedpost and started saying things like, "What if I bite your ballsack so hard that it rips off and your balls are rolling on the floor?" I mean, it was outright terrifying but kinda hot at the same time. Then she became weirder and started snapping her teeth way too close to my sack. But nothing injurious happened. When the clock hit 5 a.m., I bolted out there to the safety of Penn Station. Didn't follow up with her. A few months later, when Artichoke burned down, her apartment was impacted as well. She reached out to see if she could crash at my place for a few weeks. I have never noped out faster before.
Having a safe word would have made all the difference.
Put his member between both my feet and stroke it.
Mine was, "I need to come on your feet." Okay, bro.
Booping the like button to show your support to us.
She pretty much just wanted me to beat her. Choke and punch her, not slap, punch. She specifically wanted to be punched in the stomach, back, shoulders and face, cheeks. I did it but didn't feel very good about it. I never talked to her again afterwards. I guarantee it was a gateway into extremely dangerous kinks for her. Edit, typo.
Guy me to cuddle with him after, like, bro, I'm not gay.
Anal. I did not see that coming.
Looking at your name, you must have declined that ASAP.
She actually refused vaginal sex. She said she liked it dirty.
Some guy asked me to cup his balls with my feet. The coordination it took to do so was surprisingly hard.
It was the morning after, during our awkward question and answer period before breakfast. I asked her about her family nearby, and she requested a finger in her butt.
Pretend you're my brother.
Random rich dude asked me to fuck his wife for 2g of meth. Nonetheless, I took that meth and traded it for weed, smiley face. Do it on the balcony of a hotel that was in plain view of the other hotels around it. I said no thanks. Didn't want to be labeled a sex pest on my Hawaiian vacation.
Impregnating her.
It wasn't a one-night stand because nothing happened, but I had 40-year-old woman tell me when I was 19 that she wanted me to impregnate her so she could force her husband to raise our child. Noped out of that conversation.
She wanted me to spit on her face. Wild Latina, always wanted to give me road head when going back to my place, absolutely loved getting a facial, total freak in the sheets. We were doing some good old doggy style. And she wanted me to put my foot on her face while I punched her in the kidneys. Not too proud to say I did it.